Ladies and gentlemen, it is beyond my honor and pleasure to welcome you back to the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex, home of your Laredo Heat. Folks, after about 4 weeks or so of being absent here in Laredo, Texas, we bring you this game live straight out of the TAMU Soccer Complex, where your Laredo Heat will host against the Mid-South Division table leaders, the Austin Aztex. Folks, what a battle these two teams have shown in the past two games. Laredo's been up at Austin the past two occasions with a 1-1 record thus far against Austin this season. The first occasion saw your Laredo Heat get defeated in a 4-1 goal result in the favor of the second one. Well, your Laredo Heat conquered the Austin Aztecs as they gave them their only loss of the PDL regular season thus far. And at this time, I will now bring you the lineup for the visiting Aztecs. Number 1 at goal, Devin Perales. Number 2, defense, Cruz Oronos. Number 3, defense, Josh Alcala. Number 24, defense, Travis Golden. Number 5, defense, Kalen Ryden. Number 4, midfield, Danny Fried. Number 18, midfield, Alessi Osorio. Number 9, midfield, Jeff Harwell. Number 14, midfield, Danny Riley. Number 8, midfield, Adam Black. Number 19, forward, Andy Fox. Substitutions for the visiting Austin Aztecs are number 33, goalkeeper, Neil O'Sullivan. And number 26, defender, Marshall Tucker. Number 6, defender, Eduardo Dos Santos. Number 7, midfield, George Beasley. And number 22, midfield, Justin France. Folks, Austin has made the trip here today as they look to defeat the Laredo Heat here at the TAMU Soccer Complex. And your Laredo Heat are hosting against the Mid-South Division table leaders, as I had previously mentioned. Folks, and now to bring you the starting lineups for your Laredo Heat. At goal today, wearing number 1, Jorge Ortega. Number 4, playing defense, Jair Hernandez. Number 3, playing defense, Jorge Rocha. Number 18, making his first start of the PDL regular season, Omar Lopez. Number 17, Francisco Lara. Number 11, midfielder, Greg Mulamba. Number 10, captain for your Laredo Heat, Juan de Dios Ibarra. Number 8, midfield, Joao Montero. Number 7, midfield, Salvador Chavaluna. Number 28, forward, Miguelito El Torero Fernandez. And number 26, forward, Felix Garcia. Folks, we'll be back in a few moments as we honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem. Stick with us when we come back. Soccer Action Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, and as a courtesy, remove your hats as we honor the United States of America by playing the national anthem. Tonight, signed by various very own. And as always, let us keep our men and women in the armed forces protected around the globe in our thoughts and prayers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Beautiful anthem sung by Laredo's very own Celeste. Folks, without any further ado, I'd like to remind you that you can join the conversation of tonight's game by using the hashtag Vamos Laredo and Heat10YRS. Let us know your thoughts on today's game. Stick with us throughout the entire action via Twitter and Facebook at TammyU Athletics on both engines. Ladies and gentlemen, your Laredo Heat are hosting the Austin Aztex, who lead the Mid-South Division table. They have 22 points with 9 games played, 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Folks, that 1 loss was by none other than your Laredo Heat. Behind the Austin Aztecs are Midland Odessa. They have 20 points with 11 games played. They have 6 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties. And your Laredo Heat stand in 3rd place with 15 points, 9 games played, 4 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties. Behind them are the Mississippi Brilla with 8 points, 9 games played, 2 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. And the Dutch Lions are in last place with 5 points with 9 games played, 1 win, 6 losses, and 2 ties. Folks, we are moments away from getting this game underway. Your Laredo Heat do have 2 games in hand over the Midland Odessa Sockers. They are 5 points ahead of the Heat. However, your Laredo Heat have a 2-game advantage. They have yet to play 2 games, as your Laredo Heat are coming into this game wearing their home attire: red socks, black shorts, red jersey with black and white trimming. And the Austin Aztecs are visiting us in their all white with golden trimming jerseys. Usually we see the Aztecs at home wearing all blue, so it's a little bit of a change for us here who have seen the Austin Aztecs wear their royal blue twice already. Folks, we're moments away from getting this game underway. Laredo Heat, Austin Aztecs, battle for 3 points. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? This is the referee looking with his assistants, making sure everything is in line. Hand goes up. Ladies and gentlemen, the whistle has been blown, and that ball is rolling as we get this game started with the Aztecs maintaining possession early. As Greg Mulamba recovers for the Heat, he's going to touch back with Jorge Rocha. Rocha will give off to Lopez. Lopez back to Rocha. Rocha looks to Mulamba, who receives on the defensive end of the Laredo Heat, as Mulamba will give off to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra turns, looks, holds it back to Mulamba. Mulamba still with possession. He switches it back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. And Ibarra will swing it once more to Rocha, back to Ibarra. Ibarra will push it forward. Has time, gives off to Montero. Montero back to Francisco Lara. Frank, still with possession, decides to go back. Jorge Rocha, the recipient of that pass, and he will give off to Greg Mulamba. Mulamba off to Miguelito El Torero Fernandez, this time to Jair, near side of your screen. Hernandez still with possession. He holds it off, looks up, decides to give back to Jorge Rocha, and your Laredo Heat's defensive line has been having most of the action here for the Laredo Heat as they hold the possession and the passing game. Mulamba looks for the surprise, looking for Lopez. Lopez was in the right spot, but that ball just wasn't in the right destination as that ball sails out of bounds. Throw in for the Aztecs as they play now with their defensive half. Aztecs give possession up, this time to Ortega. Ortega, Rocha, now Jair. Jair looks forward, trying to find Chavaluna. Luna will get there, he's chasing, but Perales does a good job to recover. Ladies and gentlemen, Salvador Chavaluna does not only bring his speed to the game, but he's a very dynamic player. As a defender, he has 3 goals in the last 3 matches for the Laredo Heat. Look for bright things coming from Salvador Chavaluna. Alcala holds it. And now Golden, on behalf of the Aztecs, will hold it. Back to Alcala. Alcala losing it. That ball sailing out of bounds. Throw in for your Laredo Heat. Lopez quickly to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra to Miguelito El Toro Fernandez, who holds it. Gets stripped, loses it. Lopez receives, Lopez recovers. And that ball belongs to the Heat in a throw-in. The center official looking to his line assistant. They are now on the same page. Looks like they were reading a different book earlier, but they seem to have picked up the same one and are on the same page as that ball belongs to the Laredo Heat off a throw-in. Lopez looks to do the honors by throwing the ball back in play with both hands as he gives it off to Jair Hernandez. Now to Rocha once again. The Laredo Heat's defensive line holding a lot of the possession thus far and a lot of passing play. Juan Dios Ibarra looks surprised as Felix Garcia will chase forward. That ball gets intercepted by Golden, back to Alcala, and Alcala will give off top. Miguelito El Torero Fernandez intercepts, and that ball sails out of bounds. Throw in once again for Alcala and the Austin Aztecs. Alcala didn't like the shape of that ball apparently. Says this one's still missing air.
Let's go Heat fans. Let the team hear you out there. It's kind of quiet. We can't hear the drums.
Alcala must be used to playing with stones. Ladies and gentlemen, for the newest in soccer sensation, go to minigol.us. That is minigol.us. I can guarantee it, you'll love the surprise as soon as you click on that link, folks. The future of soccer and foosball. All you need to know is on that webpage. That is minigol.us, minigol.us, for the most dynamic table soccer you will ever find. As we resume play, Lopez back to Jair. Jair will give off to Rocha as Jorge Rocha will pick up possession. Back to Frank Lara, who happens to control the ball on the far side of your screen. Now with Mulamba. Miguelito Fernandez receives. Now with Frank. Throw in once again for your Laredo Heat, Francisco Lara. Foul on the play, excuse me, not a throw in. There's a foul on the play. That'll be a free kick. Juan Dios Ibarra wastes no time at all. Laredo Fernandez receives inside the box. He holds it off. Laredo Fernandez sends across inside. Ball still inside the box of the Austin Aztecs as they look to clear it out, and they get a bounce off a Laredo Heat player. I believe that bounce was off of El Torero Fernandez, so that'll be goal kick for Morales and the Austin Aztecs. Morales sails out and high up top. Had a good distance. Frank Lara will bring it down. Juan Dios Ibarra will battle for it. That ball sails out of bounds once again. Throw in yet again for the team in red this afternoon. Lopez to Jair. Jair fakes that clearance. Steps on it nicely back to Ortega. Ortega will swing it this time to his tocayo, Jorge Rocha. Now to Mulamba. Number 11 for the Laredo Heat. Looks up top, finds Chava Luna. Luna chasing, cutting inside, still with possession, picking up the pace, gives off to Felix Garcia. Garcia back to Luna, of a wall pass. Luna will receive. Luna with a shot, and that ball gets deflected. Miguelito El Toro Fernandez will receive, but that ball going out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for the Laredo Heat. So Alcala sent that one out of play. He wastes no time at all. Juan Dios Ibarra sends the ball inside the box. That ball cleared out by Frid. Lara chases. He's on the opposite wing. As when he started the game, and that ball will be back with Lopez. Juan Dios Ibarra now. Back to Montero. Joao will give off to Lopez. Lopez back to Lara. And the defensive line once again for the Heat are very involved early in another matchup here in the PDL regular season. Lara back with Yair. Rocha now, local product here, graduated from Alexander High School. Jair trying to find Garcia. The Austins cut that one. The Aztecs had cut that ball offside. Flag goes up. Free kick coming up for the Aztecs. Perales will come off his box and will take care of this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you, for the newest sensation in table soccer / foosball, please go to minigols.us. That is MINIGOLS.US. We resume play. Aztecs holding possession now as they look to threaten the Laredo Heat. Clearance now by the Heat. Dangerous play now. Montero will bring it down. That flag goes up. Ref calls the foul. Dangerous play. Free kick coming up for the Aztecs as they are in threatening position. The Aztecs will line up for a left-footed strike. Whistle is blown. Here comes a strike. That ball threatening Jorge Ortega. Crossbar shot. Ball still in play. And that ball goes wide, but narrowly goes wide. And Ortega running with a break there, as that ball will be a goal kick belonging to the person, to the man, to the goalkeeper, wearing all yellow here today, Jorge Ortega. The Heat play possession. Jair. Now to Mulamba. Francisco Lara once again. Salvador Chavaluna gives off to Montero. Montero cuts back. Rocha will cover. Gives off to Montero. Laredo Fernandez now. Trying to find Lopez. Lopez will get there. Lopez chasing. Lopez sends a pass back to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra with the bad touch, and that ball will sail out of play and out of bounds. Throw in coming up for the Aztecs. Alcala will take it. Lopez receives. Juan Dios Ibarra still. Felix Garcia looking to cut inside the box. Juan Dios Ibarra's pass will sail all the way to the gloves of Devin Perales, and he will have a punt at the edge of his box. And Ortega will catch this one, as they seem to be playing catch. Ortega says, I don't want to play anymore. I'm going to roll it instead to Jair Hernandez. Juan de Dios Ibarra. Miguelito Toro Fernandez now. Back to Mulamba. One touch pass to Juan Dios Ibarra, as the Heat will play back with their defensive line, this time with Jair Hernandez. Hernandez looks a surprise, sends that ball up top, as that ball is brought down by Golden. Golden will give off this time to Frid. Frid to Ryder. Ryden, excuse me. That ball's on the opposite side of your screen, folks. Your Laredo Heat look to recover. Jair Hernandez gets a foot on it. That ball belonging back to the Heat. Hernandez has time, realizes it, gives off to Francisco Lara. Lara, Juan de Dios Ibarra now. Gives off to Mulamba. Greg Mulamba is coming off an injury. Only his second game back on the field. Foul on the play. Miguelito El Toro Fernandez goes down. That sweep. Dangerous, dangerous play. Dangerous tactic. But effective to bring the player down and stop the play. Toreto goes down. Free kick coming up for the Heat. They waste no time at all once again. And Juan de Dios Ibarra will give it off to Miguelito El Toro Fernandez. Now back to Ibarra. Ibarra chases off to the side. No foul on the play. Ibarra goes down. Doesn't like the fact that there was no whistle on it. Alcala wastes no time at all. And this ball goes back into play. This time with the Aztecs. Mulamba receives. He's going to give off to Montero. Montero steps on it, doing some sort of witchcraft and wizardry here as Montero, as he loses it. And that ball will sail to the far side of your screen. This time in possession of the Aztecs. Bouncing around is the ball now. Frank Lara fighting for it. And that ball cleared. And Ortega says, relax, I got this one, as he gives it off to his tocayo, Jorge Rocha. Juan Dios Ibarra now passing the midfield. Felix Garcia receives. He still holds possession. Garcia looks to give a pass inside. However, Ryden recovers nicely, and that ball still off for the battle. Aztecs now with possession. They have a chance of a counterattack here as they look for that exactly. Whistle on the play. Foul on the field. Jorge Rocha gets called for it. Free kick coming up for the Aztecs yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget you can support the under 14 club for the Laredo Heat as they look to go to the national tournament, the National President's Cup, in Greenville, North Carolina. All you have to do is buy a $5 Greenville, South Carolina, excuse me. All you have to do is buy a raffle ticket for $5. Amazing prizes. I will tell you more about it as soon as this ball is out of danger for either squad. Now back to the midfield. Aztecs still with possession and still threatening as they will give it back to their defensive line with Ryden. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. They have the opportunity to go to Greenville, South Carolina to play in the National President's Cup. That is the under 14 club. First prize for the raffle ticket, a 2013 Mazda 3 ISV automatic model. That is a brand new car. Second place, $1,500 cash in gold. Third prize, you win a 50-inch HD TV. Fourth prize, a PlayStation 4 system. Fifth prize, you win a signed United States Soccer Landon Donovan jersey. So great prizes. $5 investment for a car, for a PlayStation, for $1,500 in gold, for a 50-inch TV. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only a win-win situation. The drawing is to be held on later in July, and we will be accepting purchases of tickets until the last home game, which is on the 14th. Excuse me, which is on the 12th. Saturday, July 12th. As we resume play again. Pedro Fernandez gets a flick on it. That ball deflected out of play, out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up for Perales. $5 investment, folks. You have a chance to win a brand new car, $1,500 cash in gold, a 50-inch HD TV, a next generation console, or an autographed jersey by one of the U.S. soccer's biggest icon. Landon Donovan, ladies and gentlemen, $5. It's only a win-win. Perales sends the ball back in play, and we are going to go back to this game. Ladies and gentlemen, Mulamba will receive it, this time with a forehead. Torero Fernandez receives. Torero Fernandez going around. He gets wrapped around. Alcala says, hold on, I want your jersey, not Landon Donovan's. Torero doesn't like it. No card given. Play resumes. Juan Dios Ibarra back with Lopez. Lopez back with Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra loses it. That ball belonging back to the Aztecs as they are on a quick counterattack. However, the Heat recover nicely. Rocha, the man with the ball at his feet now, will give off to Francisco Lara. Lara will give forward, trying to find Salvador Chavaluna. That ball still is out of play. Throw in for the Aztecs. Right in now. Gives off to Golden. Torero Fernandez gets a forehead on that one once again. That ball is deflected. That ball is deflected and goes all the way to Jorge Ortega. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to join our conversation of tonight's game by using the hashtag #VamosLaredo and hashtag Heat10YRS. Juan Dios Ibarra now. Trying to find Miguelito Fernandez. That ball beautifully brought down by Fernandez. Fernandez inside the box and the cross inside. That ball deflected by Ryden. And another corner kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Juan Dios Ibarra lines up. Francisco Lara comes in as well. Lara will line up to give it a left-footed strike. Juan Dios Ibarra will wait off for the quick pass by Francisco Lara. Jair, Mulamba, Miguelito, Rocha, and Felix Garcia all inside the box. Lara sends a curler inside. That ball bouncing in around, and that ball is Out of bounds once again. A goal kick coming up for Perales and the Aztecs, though. The Heat wanted another corner. Back-to-back corners. Not given. Perales wastes no time at all. That ball sent as a liner almost. And Black receives. Black looking to go further up. Cuts inside, this time giving off. And that ball intercepted by Salvador Chaluna, who picks up the pace. Luna cuts inside, going all around. Luna had still possession of the ball. He had advantage. The ref will blow the whistle and call that play back. Luna says, I was on my way. I had the advantage. I could have gone further. But you blew the whistle. And now we're back where we started. Ladies and gentlemen, free kick wasted no time at all by the Laredo Heat. Joao Montero now with possession. Back to Rocha. Now, Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back with Jair. Now to Mulamba. Mulamba receives, cuts inside, beautifully done, as he will give off to Torero Fernandez. Fernandez trying to turn around and loop. Alcala takes the ball away. Fernandez falls, doesn't like the fact that there's no whistle on the play. And the Aztecs will regain possession, this time playing it on the defensive end. Moranos now. Give up top, looking for Frid. Frid loses it. Torero Fernandez receives, gets a flick on it. Nicely done. Cuts back again. Holy! Torero Fernandez doing what he does best once again. Jair looking to go forward, trying to find Garcia. That ball being deflected. Beautiful slide tackle by the Aztecs defense. Frid will pick it up once again and will give off yet again to Golden. Golden once again back to Frid. Frid looks, receives, turns, decides to keep it, and will give it to Alcala. Alcala this time back to the center. Frid. Now Harwell. Harwell decides to go back with Moronos. Osorio. Moronos trying to send that ball forward. That ball last deflected by the Laredo Heat, and that is a throw-in for him and the Aztecs now as they look to play forward. Aztecs in position. Black receives. Alcala on your side of your screen now. Gives off to Frid. Harwell back to Frid. Golden with possession now. Perales. And now the Aztecs defensive line having a lot of possession as well. Harwell looking up top for Black. Lopez brings that one down with his forehead. Alcala receives yet again, and Alcala will touch back once again with Harwell. Harwell looks, receives, gives, and he tries to find up top with Riley. Unsuccessful. Jair recovers. Now to Juan Dios Ibarra on your side of your screen, and he will give it off to Lopez. And that ball will keep sailing. This time to Jair Hernandez. Hernandez trying to find Salvador Chavaluna, who looks to turn on the 6th gear. That ball going down. Luna receives. Now Felix Garcia. Garcia is going to send a shot inside, but that ball will sail wide. And a goal kick coming up for the Aztecs. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the 21st minute of play here, your Laredo Heat are hosting the Austin Aztecs. What we have here is a knotted game, folks. 0-0. Scoreboard has not changed besides the time, as the Aztecs defense will play it. Perales. The Aztecs defense picking up pace now as they look to play the possession game that the Laredo Heat are so good at. Alcala will roll that ball nicely. Black. Back with Golden. Golden sending men forward. But Ortega will recover nicely. Francisco Lara. To Greg Mulamba. Sends a through ball to Jair Hernandez. Hernandez once again with a through ball, this time to Felix Garcia. Garcia receives. However, Torero Fernandez back to Garcia. Garcia has it. Garcia looks to take a shot at goal, and Perales will pick it up like if he was playing shortstop. Both gloves on the ball. And he will play it now with Golden. Perales now once again. How about going to right in? Oronos now. Francisco Lara intercepts the trajectory of that play. Last deflected by the Aztecs. Throw in for the Heat. Montero gives back, this time to Rocha. Now to Jair. Jair trying to send Lopez forward. Lopez inside the box. Lopez receives. Lopez is going to take a shot, and that ball goes deflected by Alcala, who did an excellent job of recovering once he was beaten by Lopez. Corner kick coming up for your Laredo Heat once again here in the first half of play. The same men will line up to give this kick. Francisco Lara lines up to give it a left-footed strike. Juan de Dios Ibarra will wait just a few feet out as he looks for that quick pass. Lara lines up, takes his feet back, sends the ball inside. And the referee having some words with Perales and Rocha. Says, guys, we got to play nicely. Can't play ring around the rosy here, ring around the goalpost. Yellow card to Jorge Rocha. Yellow card to Perales. Both men getting cautioned here in the 24th minute of play. And the ball's not even in play yet. Montero waits outside the box. Rocha didn't move. Perales will hold it off. That ball, left-footed curler, and again, once again, by the Heat. Alcala receives. Good clearance now by the Aztecs. Montero recovers nicely, brings it down with his chest. Montero, this time to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra, this time to Montero. Montero holds it, looks, cuts, fakes, again, once inside, brings it back, goes around, stepping on it. He still has possession. Ladies and gentlemen, the double team comes in clutch, comes in for help, and that ball sails out of bounds, and the Laredo Heat will have another throw-in to resume play. Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba back to Johnny. Now Jair. Jair has it. Jair will take a shot. Felix Garcia stopped the trajectory of that ball. But Jair will hold it once again. Jair steps on it. Jair inside the box. Jair has time. He looks. Doesn't kick the ball. Still the Heat possession. And that ball deflected by Perales. Good job by Perales to keep that ball out of the back of the net. Cross once again. Torero Fernandez will bring it down as he looks to cut inside. He gets beaten by Alcala, and Alcala will recover now on behalf of the Aztecs. He's going to send a clearance. That ball goes in the direction of Black. Not Black, excuse me. That ball going with Fox. Riley, excuse me. Fred. Lara recovers. Lara will cover that ball. Throw in for the Heat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Austin Aztecs probably had one of the best opportunities they've had the entire game thus far. Off of a beautiful counterattack, Alcala making it very challenging for El Torero Fernandez to get any productivity going here on his behalf. Throw in coming up for the Aztecs. They are in a dangerous position if you're a Laredo Heat fan. They are knocking on that door, and Jorge Ortega tells his Heat players to stand by. Low cross, Mulamba flicks it. Covers nicely trying to clear it. Lara will get a forehead on it. Montero will chase. That ball still in no man's land as Garcia looks to recover and pick it up. Garcia has it. He looks to give off to Salvador Chavaluna. Luna was able to get a flick on it. However, he recovers nicely, brings it back down, looks, turns, cuts. Once again, Salvador Chavaluna holding possession. Felix Garcia wanting that ball. Perales will come off his 6-yard box, hold the ball with both hands and say, let's tone the game down a little bit. Too much Heat opportunity. We have to get something going as he sends that punt in the direction of Jair Hernandez. Gets a forehead, that ball still in the air. And the Aztecs will regain possession. Golden to Fred. Back to Golden. Juan de Ibarra is chasing. Goldens keep going. That flick beautifully done, and now to Black. Black has it. Black cuts inside. Jorge Ortega has to come out of his box. Black still with possession, and that ball sails high and wide. And Black knocking on that door once again. Ortega having to leave his 6-yard box, and a wonderful opportunity for the Austin Aztecs here to get an advantage going.
Don't forget, according to raffle tickets, each fans are only $5 to help the Laredo Heat use
Jair Hernandez off the goal kick by Jorge Ortega. Now to Mulamba. Montero turns, looks, gives. Mulamba receives. One touch pass to Francisco Lara. Lara back to Mulamba. Mulamba trying to surprise, trying to send Montero forward. Montero gets there. And that ball last touched by the Aztecs. And then another corner kick once again for your Laredo Heat. Francisco Lara once again. Juan Dios Ibarra now. Right-footed strike, sends that ball inside. Deflection's going. Ryder will clear it. Fred will clear it, excuse me. The Aztecs recover. They look to play possession. They're trying to send Black forward. Fox receives. Fox and Riley got a little confused there. Garcia gets a flick on it. He goes down. No foul called. Austin Aztecs throw in. Garcia still down. And Laredo Heat trainer Ernst Feisner makes his way down the pitch. So he looks to take care of Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the new breakthrough in foosball, go to minigols.us. That's minigols.us. Don't miss out on the newest breakthrough in foosball and table soccer. And don't forget to swing by the Laredo Heat's office, or if someone comes up to you and offers you a chance to buy a Laredo Heat raffle ticket, don't pass it up, folks. Wonderful opportunities, and most importantly, it gives the under 14 squad the chance to go to Greenville, South Carolina, to play in the National President's Cup. First prize is a 2013 Mazda 3 ISV automatic model. Second prize, $1,500 cash in gold. Third prize, a 50-inch high-definition television set. Fourth prize, next generation PlayStation 4 console. And the fifth prize, a signed United States soccer jersey by none other than U.S. soccer icon Landon Donovan. Ladies and gentlemen, the last chance to buy tickets will be at Laredo Heat's, the senior club, the PDL club's last home game, and that game takes place on July 12th here against Mississippi Gorilla. Don't miss out. Come by, swing by. Come one, come all. Buy a ticket, buy two. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a $5 investment. You can walk away with a brand new car, a next-gen console, $15,000 in cash, a signed Landon Donovan jersey, or a 50-inch high-definition television screen. As we resume play now, the Austin Aztecs throwing the ball in. And play resumes. Right, and we'll send it all the way back to Perales. Montero chased, and that ball going to Ortega. Jair Hernandez now. Omar Lopez wants it. However, Jair Hernandez sends it back to Jorge Ortega. El Torero Fernandez now with possession. Off to Jair. Jair trying to send Omar forward. Perales will come off a 6-yard box and will catch the ball and punt it off once again, looking for Black. That ball going over Jair. Black chases. Black receives. Slide tackle by Jair. That ball going out of play. Corner kick coming up for the Aztecs. Ladies and gentlemen, when Laredo lost 4-1 against the Aztecs, 2 goals came in from corner kick direction. And this is something the Laredo Heat have practiced constantly since conceding on both occasions. A right-footed curler coming from the Aztecs corner. Ortega has to come off his box, gets both gloves on it. That ball going and shot again. And the Aztecs score first. The Aztecs go up on the scoreboard 1-0 against the hosting Heat. And this just puts your Laredo Heat in the predicament, folks. They have to come back from 1 goal now, as the Aztecs are looking full out for revenge for the Laredo Heat, ending their undefeated streak. Only their 2nd loss since last year's PDL regular season. Juan Dios Ibarra will resume play for the Heat. Mulamba. Jair. Back to Ortega. To Rocha now. Back to Jair. Miguelito El Torero Fernandez receives. Back to Jair. Jair sends it back to Ortega. And Ortega will receive. Ortega once again to Hernandez. Jair looking forward, trying to find Garcia. Brought down now by Omar. Rocha recovers. Rocha gives off to Frank Lara. Lara to Mulamba. Mulamba to Rocha. Torero Fernandez with possession. Gives to the captain, Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra to Jair. Jair back to Rocha. Rocha to Chavaluna, who cuts inside, decides to keep running straight, and gives to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra back to Mulamba. Mulamba still with it, holds off to Garcia. Garcia battling forward, that ball deflected. The Aztecs recover. 1 flick pass this time for Black. Black has the lead, Black has advantage, Black has the ball. Black cuts inside, one-on-one Mulamba now. The Heat drop back, Garcia gets a flick on it, however still Aztec possession. Francisco Lara gets a forehead on it, Chavaluna will cover, Chavaluna can't get there. Rocha gets beaten. Rocha recovers nicely. Side tackle. Montero receives. Montero cuts inside. Still with possession now. Looks. Decides to maintain. Decides to give. Juan de Dios Ibarra on your side of your screen will pick it up as he advances forward. Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Miguelito El Torero Fernandez. El Torero still with possession. Gives off to Mulamba. Mulamba back to Montero. Joao back to Greg. Mulamba this time for Garcia. Mulamba will recover as he tried to give inside, deflected by the Aztecs defense, and the Aztecs once again on a counter-attack. That ball sails far, and Jorge Ortega will come off his 18-yard box. Will play it and go a short distance with his tocayo, Jorge Rocha. Montero trying to send Miguel Fernandez forward. That ball recovered by Alcala. And here the Aztecs once again. Mulamba chasing. Pero Fernandez receives. He gives. He gets kicked. And it looks like there will be a yellow card given. Hartwell. It looks like Hartwell will be given a yellow card off the tackle and a challenge off to Miguel Fernandez. Hartwell's complaining that when Miguel Fernandez went down, he high-fived his face. Hartwell slow to get up, but does so now. And we'll have a few words with the team in blue. Yellow card for Harwell. Yellow card for Juan de Dios Ibarra. I'm not sure why Juan de Dios Ibarra got a yellow card, folks. But nonetheless, once again, off one challenge, Juan de Dios Ibarra gets a yellow card. Harwell gets a yellow card. And as previously in this game, Jorge Rocha got a yellow card along with Perales, goalkeeper for the Aztecs. That ball wasn't in play. Another yellow card given off here. This one will be to Miguel El Torero Fernandez, as he doesn't like the fact that he got painted canary yellow. Fernandez gets yellow carded. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 yellow cards given off one challenge. Harwell, Juan de Dios Ibarra, and now Fernandez. 5 men in total with yellow cards out of the 22 on the field. And there was another card given to an Aztecs official, I believe an assistant coach. He gets yellow carded as well. Nonetheless, folks, back to play, back to action, back to football, as a free kick now will be taken by the Heat. I can tell you this, none of the 22 players on the pitch like the fact that his game is being delayed. Francisco Lara, left foot. Juan de Dios Ibarra, right foot. The ball goes inside. Garcia received it inside the box. That ball going in goal. Goal! Wait a second, folks. Take that goal back, ladies and gentlemen. The flag goes up. Goal doesn't count. Another polemic decision here. That ball finds itself crossing the line and into the net. However, the ref decides to not count it. Flag goes up. It appears to be offsides on Felix Garcia. As we approach 40 minutes of play, ladies and gentlemen, stick with us throughout halftime as we will talk about the Laredo Heat under 14 club going to Greenville, South Carolina. Another tackle, this time off of Fernandez. And now it looks like Fernando Hernandez will have a few words with the official as well. The official raising his chin high. It says, I'm the man. I'm the one with the whistle. I'm the one with the cards. I'm the one who's taking control of this game. And you're coaching. You sit back down, he says. Coach Hernandez not liking any of the calls here. Fernandez has been taken down a few times. Lara sends a curler inside once again, this time deflected by the defense of the Aztecs, who lead this encounter 1-0 here in the first 40 minutes of play. That ball bouncing back to Rocha. Rocha wants to give off this time. Far side of your screen to Salvador Chava Luna. Luna still holding possession. Recovers, looks, picks up the pace, decides to cut back. Luna still with possession. Gives off this time to Montero. Montero gives. Juan de Dios Ibarra receives. Juan de Dios now to Miguel Fernandez. This time to Lopez. Lopez, Fernandez makes the run. Fernandez did not like the fact he didn't get the ball. However, Montero receives. Montero still with possession. Montero sends a flick up top, deflected once again by the Aztecs defense, and that ball still played in defensive territory of the Aztecs as they look for Black. Black trying to keep that ball in play. Black goes down. Dangerous play there by Black. Hits the lady. Super 20 Laredo Heat member there as well. That ball still in the box. This time, Perales will come out and grab it. You gotta love the heart and the effort of all 22 players on the pitch today. And a wonderful example of that is what you just witnessed. Black trying to save that ball, ran into a player from the Super 20. And Black in the middle of a controversial play once again goes down. No whistle, no foul, no PK, only a goal kick. As Ortega will come up playing this time with Jair Hernandez. Now back to Greg Mulamba. Mulamba picks up the pace, looks, Gives. Montero. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba. Juan de Dios Ibarra now. Jair Hernandez. Lopez. Trying to give to Fernandez. Bad pass, however, intercepted by Alcala. And now the Aztecs have a counter once again. Bad touch, though. And Jair Hernandez will fake one way, decides to go the other. Turns around. Now back to Jorge Rocha. Rocha. This time to Greg Mulamba. Mulamba crossing the half-field line. Mid-pitch. Decides to send the ball inside. This time to Joao Montero. Montero receives inside the box. Cuts inside. Montero still stepping on in. Montero still with possession. Montero gets beaten. Corner kick. Ladies and gentlemen, an honorary shout out to Region 3 Soccer for always keeping up with us on Twitter. Thank you for always being on your toes, on your feet, and following the action here from Laredo Heat. As the Laredo have a corner this time, that ball's played out wide. This time to Joao Montero. Montero will volley it inside the box. Bad shot, however. Jair Hernandez receives it. It's still inside the box. Hernandez cuts inside. Hernandez sends a sailor out wide. Ladies and gentlemen, if that ball had a destination to go to the New World, it ends up all the way off the coast of Africa. That ball sailing wide, nowhere near the post. And Hernandez gives it away. Throw-in coming up for the Aztecs. Rocha receives with the chest. That ball being cleared out by the Aztecs. Once again, the Heat recover. Juan de Dios Ibarra now. Back to Jair. Jair looking for Mulamba. Mulamba receives, playing the back game. Foul on the play. Whistle is blown. And a free kick coming up for the Laredo Heat in threatening position. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you to stay with us through halftime, as we will talk about the Laredo Heat's under 14 National President's Cup opportunity and everything Laredo Heat thus far. Situations for the remaining games. Miguel Fernandez lines up, right-footed strike. Fernandez sends a curler high up top, a little wide, and that ball will sail over the post. And Perales will have a goal kick once again. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime we will talk about the under 14s President's Cup adventure thus far. We will talk about the Laredo Heat's classic halftime penalty kick shootout, where the raffle winners will have a chance to win $400 in cash and $100 for the charity of the night chosen by the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. More on that at halftime, which will be in approximately 3 minutes, as that is the amount of aggregate time that gets added to these first 45 minutes of play. Perales sends the ball all the way back to Ortega once again. Ortega receives. Ortega with both hands and throws a curveball this time to Lopez. Lopez to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra up top to Garcia. Garcia receives. Garcia turns. Garcia looks. Garcia still with possession. He maintains it. Felix will give off as he tried to send Chava Luna. Luna nowhere near it, and Perales will receive and wait for the pressure, and now is applied by Salvador Chava Luna. And Perales taking all the time in the world to bring that ball down, or to pick up that ball. Perales goes down. And this game looks to be getting a little bit off the hands of the official. Black still inside the box. That ball sails over the post! And Black scores a wonder goal off a four-headed strike. That goal beating Jorge Ortega. That floater goes over Ortega, and your Laredo Heat find themselves deeper in the rabbit hole as they are now down 2-0. Good job by the Aztecs. Play resumes. Garcia. Back to Rocha. Now to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Taba going to try Luna. Luna inside the box. Luna still has it. Luna still with it. Luna! Goal! Salvador Chavaluna, 4 goals in 4 consecutive games. Ladies and gentlemen, the Laredo Heat are now down by 1 goal after being down by 2. They did not lower their head and are quickly back on the attacking game, and they find themselves 2-1 down. Ladies and gentlemen, Salvador Chavaluna doing what he does best once again, playing the speed game, catching opponent off guard, and putting that ball in the net. Ladies and gentlemen, Salvador Chavaluna, as he looks to chase the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, Luna goes down. Ordonez now will pick it up. Luna slow to get up, already down. And that while going all the way to the near side of your screen with the Aztecs. Black. Now to Jair. Now to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Johnny once again playing that far ball. This time trying to find Garcia. However, the Aztecs cover and ball coming our way. That ball sails right behind us. Play resumes. Miguel Fernandez plays it to Lopez. Lopez gets tripped, goes down. That ball back in play. Ladies and gentlemen, after 48 very good minutes of soccer play, your Laredo Heat are down 2-1, and the Austin Aztecs are coming into the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex and are looking to beat the Laredo Heat. Folks, this is halftime, where we will talk to you about the highlights of the first half. We will talk also about the under-14 Laredo Heat team that will go to Greenville, South Carolina, and the National President's Cup. And we will also talk about minigoals.us. Not to mention, we will talk about, as always, about the Laredo Heat famous halftime penalty kick challenge. Folks, this is what goes down. This is what happens. This is what occurs. You come out to a Laredo Heat home game here at the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex. Whether you bought a ticket, you were giving a voucher, you were given a ticket, or it doesn't matter how you got in, as long as you got in a legitimate way, buy a ticket. You will get a raffle ticket as well for the number of tickets you bring in. So if you got in with 1 ticket, you will get 1 raffle ticket. If you're in a party of 4, you get 4 raffle tickets. And this is what goes down. Around the 20th minute in the first half, the raffle winners will be announced. There will be 4 raffle winners per game. 4 raffle winners per game. And this is what occurs. At halftime, the raffle winners will have an opportunity to go home with $400 in cash and give $100 to the charity of the night selected by the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. All the raffle winners have to do is score an uncontested penalty kick. That's right, do not adjust your sound systems. I did say uncontested. That means no goalie, no defense, just the ball, the goal, and the kicker. If that ball finds its way to the net, the penalty kick taker, the raffle winner, will go home with $400, and an extra $100 will be given to the charity of the night. So in total, it is $500 that will be awarded to the penalty kick taker, $400 in cash for the penalty kick taker, the raffle winner, and $100 to the charity of the night. Once again, come out to Laredo Heat home games here at the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex. Get yourself a raffle ticket by entering the game in a legitimate way. Buy a ticket, you got a voucher, whatever. You get a raffle ticket. At around 20 minutes of the first half, the raffle announcers will be called. Excuse me. The raffle winners will be announced. And if you are called, if you are picked, if destiny has chosen you for the penalty kick, you have an opportunity to go home with $400 in cash and award $100 extra to the charity of the night selected by the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. All you have to do is take a penalty kick against nobody but the goal. That's right, no goalie, no defense, only the pressure, the passion, the ball, and the net. As we are witnessing 2 winners already. That's That's $1,000 already donated, folks, or given, or won. 200 to the charity of the night and 800 to the penalty kick takers. Ladies and gentlemen, quick cash, great opportunity. All you have to do is show up, win the raffle. You find yourself with an opportunity at $500, $400 in cash, and $100 to the charity of the night, selected by the Laredo Heat Soccer Club as another penalty kick taker. Already going home with $400 and $100 once again to the charity of the night. That's a total of $1,200 for the takers and $300 for the charity of the night. 4 raffle winners will be announced each game. And here comes the last one. That ball finds itself in the back of the net. So a total of $2,000 goes awarded here tonight. $400 per penalty kick taker / raffle winner, and $400 in total for the charity of the night. Folks, let's talk about the first half highlights. Ladies and gentlemen, your Laredo Heat came out playing, and they came out playing tough, hard, and the only way Laredo Heat know for success. However, the Austin Aztex, who are leading the division, the Mid-South division, came out shooting as well. They went up the scoreboard 1-0 off a penalty kick, off a corner kick. A little confusion by Rocha, Lara, and the rest of the defense by the Laredo Heat as that ball found itself in the feet of the Aztecs once again, and that ball just sailed to the back of the net. The goal was not off the corner kick. However, the corner kick happened. The ball was still in play. They played it inside the box, and that ball found itself in the back of the net. However, minutes before the final whistle was the whistle was blown of the first 45 minutes of play, the Aztecs went up 2-0 as Adam Black sent a Robin Van Persie style header, as that one floated over goalkeeper Jorge Ortega and into the net. They went up 2-0. However, in aggregate time, Salvador Chavaluna scores his 4th goal in 4 consecutive games, and he scored off I wouldn't even call it a counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, that ball was just a lobbed through ball, and that ball found itself in the possession of Chavaluna. He brought it down inside the box, played the possession very well, and sent that ball past the line, between the 3 posts, and into the net. And that's where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are in halftime. 2-1 is the score. The visiting Austin Aztecs are in the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, and now let's talk about the newest breakthrough in table soccer. You might be looking at the computer screen and saying, what is this guy saying? Breakthrough in table soccer, otherwise known as foosball. Foosball, I guess, is the proper term. Breakthrough in foosball, ladies and gentlemen. Go to minigols.us. That is minigols.us. And that is where you can find everything you need on information of the newest breakthrough in table soccer, also known as foosball. They have all of your favorite teams. They have the Spanish national team, the Argentina national team, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, and more, folks. If that didn't get your attention, I hope it did. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the Under-14 club. They have a chance to go to Greenville, South Carolina, and play in the National President's Cup. That's in Greenville, South Carolina. They are looking for support from the community and everybody possible, and they are having raffle tickets. The raffle is very good, folks. I will tell you this, and it is a small investment compared to the prizes that will be awarded. Let's start things off. For the fifth place prize, you can win a signed jersey by one of the U.S. soccer's biggest icons. Landon Donovan signed autographed jersey for the 5th place raffle winner. In 4th place, you could win a next generation video game console. That is a PlayStation 4, folks. Third prize, 50-inch high-definition television. Second place, $1,500 cash in gold. That's $1,500 cash in gold. And for the grand prize, the daddy of them all, the big premio, a 2013 Mazda 3 ISV automatic car model. Folks, that's a brand new car for a $5 investment. Where can you find these? I know you want to get your hands on these raffle tickets. I know you're waiting. You're just waiting out of your socks to donate $5 to Laredo Heat's Under 14 Soccer Club as they are on their way to Greenville, South Carolina to play in the National President's Cup. You can get these tickets at any Laredo Heat home game until July 12th, which is the last home game of the PDL regular season. You can also stop by the Laredo Heat offices and ask about them there. For any information, please go to www.laredoheatsc.com. Folks, that is www.laredoheatsc.com for everything Laredo Heat, breaking news, score updates, everything you need to know about Laredo Heat. That's www.laredoheatsc.com. You can also keep up with us on Twitter and Facebook by searching the handle at Laredo Heat SC. You can personally follow me at Rodrigo Marina 12. That's RODRIGO MARINA 12. At this time, I'd like to send a very special shout out to Danny the Soccer Guru Perez. Thanks for listening. Thanks for keeping up with Laredo Heat Soccer Club. We hope to see you soon, and you should come and buy a raffle ticket and go home with a chance to win $400, just like every listener at home is. Ladies and gentlemen, the second half is a few minutes away from starting. Both teams are having a mini conference here. Speaking of mini, don't forget to go to minigoals.us for the newest breakthrough and the newest innovation in table soccer, also known as foosball. For the breakthrough, any information, questions, anything you need, anything you might have to ask, just go to minigoals.us, minigols.us. The innovation in table soccer that will change the game, that will change the way the game is played forever. Ladies and gentlemen, second half is a few minutes away from commencing. Don't forget to keep up with us on Twitter and Facebook by searching at Laredo Heat SC respectively on either engine. We have a very good game here, folks. The Austin Aztex, who lead the Mid-South Division and are going PDL Pro next season, are here in Laredo for the first and only time this season as they look to beat the Laredo Heat, as the Laredo Heat ended their undefeated streak PDL regular season, only their second loss in 2 seasons for the Austin Aztex, provided by none other than your Laredo Heat Soccer Club. A big congratulations goes out to the Under 14 Soccer Club here from Laredo Heat as they are going to Greenville, South Carolina to play in the National President's Cup. They are looking for support from everybody. They are selling raffle tickets, folks. Like I mentioned before, it is a very, very small investment for the prizes awarded. You could either go home with an autographed, authentic Landon Donovan U.S. soccer jersey, or you could play the newest and most up-to-date soccer game in your brand new PlayStation 4. If you already have a PlayStation 4, you could connect your PlayStation 4 to the third prize winner, which is a 50-inch high-definition TV. 50 inches, folks. That is an HD TV. You can also go home with $1,500 cash in gold, or you could actually drive home in a brand new 2013 model Mazda 3 ISV automatic automobile. beautiful weather here this afternoon in Laredo, Texas. We are back here in the 956 after being on road trips for about 4 weeks, folks. We are having a few technical difficulties here with our camera. Apparently it took a snooze. We hope to get it running, and we will get it running before the start of the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, on the bench for your Laredo Heat Soccer Club, just in case you're wondering what kind of adjustments will be made. On the bench for the Laredo Heat, number 5, Angel Hernandez. Number 27, Irving Villanueva. Number 14, Sebastián Ramírez. Number 20, Rafael Ferreira. Number 24, Marcelo Arata. Number 13, Esteban Bayona. And number 30, Will Lukowski. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away, breaths away, blinks away from witnessing the start of the second half here in Laredo, Texas. The Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex, home of your Laredo Heat. Also, at every Laredo Heat Soccer Club home game, $2 beer. That's right, $2 beer. So not only do you get a chance to win $400 in cash, but you can also buy $2 beer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching the World Cup, or if you are going through soccer fever, if you're ill with soccer fiebre and you need a quick fix, don't forget, you can always come to a Laredo Heat Soccer Club home game today against the Austin Aztex. Game already begun. But that's not all, folks. We will have 2 more home games this season, and they will both be against the Mississippi Brilla, and that will take place July 10th and July 12th. Ladies and gentlemen, the sphere is rolling. Players are making runs. The ball is on the grass. This second half has officially started, and your Laredo Heat are with possession. Chavaluna now to Montero. Montero gives off near side of your screen with Francisco Lara. Lara, who holds it, decides to cut inside, gives off this time to Juan Diaz Ibarra, who brings it down. Ibarra looks. Ibarra will give this time to Miguelito El Torero Fernandez, far side of your screen. Torero gives Felix Garcia inside the box. Doesn't connect nicely with that ball. And that ball cleared out by the Aztecs. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Laredo Heat Soccer Club, LaredoHeatSC.com for everything Laredo Heat. Play resumes. Jair Hernandez looking for Salvador Chavaluna. Throw in quickly. Chavaluna now to Mulamba. Mulamba back to Rocha. And Rocha will give to Chavaluna, the man with a goal. The man with 4 goals in 4 games. Now back to Rocha. Now to Mulamba. Back to Rocha. Back to Mulamba. Far side of your screen, ball with Jair Hernandez. Torero Fernandez picks it up. He gets chased. still with possession. That ball goes to Montero. Montero, slide tackle, nicely done by the Aztecs. Montero still battling for it. Montero has it. Montero looks. Montero trying to send a flick off to Cha Luna. Luna won't get there. Luna won't receive. And that ball belongs to the Aztecs. Once again, this time with Frid. Frid trying to find Fox up top. And that ball brought down by Frank Lara. Mulamba chasing after he lost possession. And the Aztecs will recover. Mulamba steps on it. Now to Juan de Dios Ibarra. And that ball will swing back to Jorge Rocha. Rocha, this time to Jair Hernandez. Jair to Miguelito El Torero Fernandez. El Torero goes down again. No fall on the play. No whistle blown and the play resumes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Aztecs now with possession as they look to keep going further up. That ball intercepted by Juan de Dios Ibarra. And Ibarra making all kind of cuts, moves, and swirls. As that ball looks to find Felix Garcia, that flag goes up, and that means offsides.
Next time you need a roll.
Perales.
Next time you need a loan, call Falcon Bank. The Falcon will help you get the loan you need. Falcon Bank, we know what counts, member FDIC.
That ball looking for Lopez. Fernandez brings it down. And the Aztecs once again. Black now. Already scored. And the Aztecs lose it, folks. Juan de Dios Ibarra trying to find Salvador Luna. Now Johnny once again back to Frank Lara. Frank. Jorge Rocha. Juan Dios Ibarra looking for Garcia. Felix Garcia receives, going inside the box. Garcia still with it, still battling for it. Garcia turns, looks, swirls, and that ball goes out of play. Goal kick coming up for Perales. None of the Heat like it, but that's what the man in blue said, and that is what's going to occur. Perales with a goal kick. Perales sends this one high in the air, but gravity does its part and brings it back down. Chava Luna. Luna still with it. Luna turning. Luna beating. Luna picks up the pace. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Gives off. This time to Montero. Montero's going to send a shot. That one goes deflected off the defense by the Aztecs, but the ball will still be in play. However, the Aztecs will recover nicely this time with Fox. Fox has it. Fox looks. Fox gives up top. Trying to find Black. Black won't get there. That wasn't Black. Excuse me. That was Riley. Pardon me, folks. Riley did get there, but he gets beaten. And now Jorge Rocha still with possession. Way out of his position. As he gives that one away. Oronos now. Tucker. Jair will bring it down to Frank Lara. Lara will give to Mulamba. And Mulamba looks, turns, but decides to give. This time back with Lopez. Omar Lopez was making his first season start here. Montero picks it up. Montero looks. Montero starts pressing the accelerator. This time slows it down, holds a break. However, turns, swirls, sends across inside. That ball deflected once again, and the Aztecs will hold it yet again. Miguelito El Toro Fernandez. That ball goes deflected. Appears to be offside. And that ball belongs to the Aztecs once again. Here's Perales. Bad shot this time. Chava Luna. He gets stripped, goes down. The ref says, you have the ball, you have the advantage. I will not blow the whistle just yet. Gives off to the side. Juan Dios Ibarra looks, has it, looks. Johnny, now to Mulamba. Mulamba turns and gives back with Jair Hernandez. Hernandez with it, advances the ball, sends across inside, trying to find Felix Garcia. Garcia inside the box. Felix Garcia still with it, playing around. Felix Garcia, and that ball stopped by Perales. Corner kick coming up for the Laredo Heat. Frank Lara, left-footed. Juan de Dios Ibarra, right-footed curler. Ibarra's the man to take it. The ball floating inside the box. Garcia can't get there. Garcia still with it, battling for it. And Perales gets a finger on it, and this time goes deflected. And the ball still in play. Jair Hernandez will hold off. We'll see it go out of bounds. And another corner kick coming up for the Laredo Heat. Joao Montero lines up. And Jair Hernandez will give off to Montero. Montero brings it, looks, places it. Takes a few steps back. Raises his right hand and says, I believe that ball goes inside the box. Deflected once again by the defense of the Aztecs, who are doing an incredible job of setting that ball in the clearance. Miguel Fernandez gets called for a foul. It appears Riley went down. Perales will have another free kick off of that foul by Miguelito El Torero Fernandez. Perales sends that one once again. And that ball looking for Garcia, brought down by the Aztecs once again. Garcia late to get to it, but does nonetheless. Mulamba looks to be offsides, and a free kick coming up. Jair Hernandez late to get up. And the ref is out of his stockings. The ref is a little frustrated, as it appears. Montero, near side of your screen. Francisco Lara. Lara cuts inside. Lara still with it. As he gets tripped, foul on the play. Lara goes down. The ref says, I saw you. Not with one eye, with both eyes. And there was contact. Francisco Lara off the free kick by the Laredo Heat. Now to Jorge Rocha. Rocha turns, Rocha gives. This time to Jair Hernandez. Hernandez cuts inside nicely, still with possession, decides to give off to Montero. Montero gets pushed, no foul on the whistle, because there was no whistle. Montero still battling for it. Aztecs have a change of play. Fox now has it, holding it, and is stopped by Francisco Lara. Frank Lara back to Mulamba. Mulamba will give to Juan de Dios Ibarra. And Ibarra cuts inside. Mulamba trying to send Felix Garcia forward. Felix Garcia has a one-on-one now. Here comes Felix Garcia. Cuts inside, holds it, looks. Felix Garcia playing around with everybody. Felix Garcia entering the box. Loses possession, loses the ball. And the Aztecs recover. Garcia still fighting for it. And Jair Hernandez looks to cover for the Heat. Jorge Rocha. Now to Francisco Lara. Now to Chava Luna. Luna turns. Luna making the run. Luna not getting it. Back with Lara, who gives off to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra still with possession. Gives inside. Joao Montero. Back to Jair. Back with Joao. Montero gives. This time to Juan Dios Ibarra. Johnny. Nobody tell him he has a chaser. Somebody let him know. Ball inside the box. That ball going deflected. And that ball will sail to the corner kick district. Corner kick sector. Corner kick for your Laredo Heat. Frank Lara lines up to give it a left curler. There's Lara. Ball curling to the left. Ball inside the box. And we'll go back with Frank Lara. The ball chooses a talent wisely, folks, and that ball found itself back in the possession of the Heat. Ladies and gentlemen, the first adjustment made by the coach of your Laredo Heat, Fernando Hernandez. Miguelito El Torero Fernandez will step off the pitch, and Esteban Bayona will play the remainder of this game for your Laredo Heat. Throw in. Lara still with it, dribbling, gets stopped by Osuna. Huey knows time at all. The ref will have a quick word with Esteban Bayona. Dangerous play. Bayona not realizing it. As I am getting quick notes, Marshall Tucker, the player to go down, gets up though. Dangerous play by Bayona. The ref not giving any cards on that play. Bayona is up now, still holding his chest though. I imagine the contact must have been pretty hard. Bayona not realizing that Tucker was cutting. He just flat out just sent a kick for the ball, but then ended up hitting Tucker. Bayona has it, Bayona holds it, and will give up to Francisco Lara. Frank Lara, Jorge Rocha. Lopez. This time to Salvador Chava Luna. Luna to Juan Dios Ibarra. Now back to Jair. Mulamba. Back to Rocha. Now with Jair. Now to Juan Dios Ibarra. And that ball finds itself on the far side of your screen with Salvador Chava Luna. Luna cuts inside. Luna picking up the pace. Luna still with it. Luna cuts. Luna gives. Trying to find Bayona. Bayona will give it back this time to Lopez. Now to Garcia. Felix cuts inside. Still with it. Send the cross inside. And that ball will sail over the post. Over the crossbar. Goal kick coming up for Perales once again. Perales makes his run. Jair will recover. As Laredo Heat regain possession, Juan Dios Ibarra has it. Juan Dios Ibarra realizes he has Chava Luna. Luna still with it. Luna still has it. Luna still with possession. Luna still cutting. Salvador Chava Luna making it happen. He goes down. No foul, no whistle. Play resumes. This time with the Aztecs. Now to Fox. Fox has it. Fox looks up. Fox gives. This time he decides to go back, and looks like it will be with black. As Luna went down. And Luna says, "Sir, Mr. Blue, official, I went down." And it looks like there's another yellow card here on the pitch. This time, it looks like it goes into the direction of Salvador Chava Luna. Ball looks to resume play. And now Joao Montero has it. Fair play, ladies and gentlemen. The Laredo Heat will give that ball back to Perales as the Austin Aztecs gave that ball up to give Salvador Chava Luna time to get up. Frank Lara gets a forehead on it. Juan Dios Ibarra comes from behind and gives that ball up this time to Rocha. Rocha trying to send it clearance. That ball deflected by the Aztecs. Throw-in coming up for your Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Lara to Montero. Montero gives this time Jorge Rocha. Now to Juan de Dios Ibarra. And Frank Lara will try to find Bayona. Esteban Bayona gives off this time to Juan de Dios Ibarra. And Ibarra will send that pass further back. And Jair Hernandez will get it. Jair. Now to Mulamba. Mulamba, who's coming off of an injury, missed a few weeks of action due to an ankle injury. Nice to see him back on the pitch. Joao Montero has it and looks for Garcia, and I believe it was Omar Lopez on the far side of your screen. Little miscommunication and quite a bit of confusion, and that ball will sail out of bounds, out of play. And a throw-in coming up for the Aztecs. Luna wanting to send across, and Perales will be right there to receive it. Bayona will tell him, hey, pick that ball up. I'm still here. And rightfully so, Perales picks it up. So he fakes his punt and puts the ball down for play. Garcia chases. And Francisco Lara didn't connect. However, Jorge Rocha sends this ball out of play. Tucker. Ball back with Tucker. Tucker won't give. Juan de Ibarra chasing. That ball sails out of bounds and into the hands of the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Lara to Rocha. Rocha to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Johnny trying to find Bayona. Tucker receives nicely and recovers for the Aztecs. Ball in possession of the team in white, the Austin Aztecs. Congratulations to them as they will go PDL Pro next season. USL Pro next season, excuse me. My mistake. USL Pro, congratulations to the Austin Aztecs for moving their franchise forward and going pro. Jorge Ortega to his tocayo, Jorge Rocha, back to Frank Lara on your side of your screen. Lara cuts back outside and steps on it, rolls over it, and gives to Jorge Rocha. Rocha to Juan Dios Ibarra. And Ibarra looked for Francisco Lara. That ball sailing. Ladies and gentlemen, 65 minutes of play. 2-1 is the score in the favor of the Aztecs. And plenty of football still left to watch. That ball looking for Garcia. Garcia inside the box. And a deflection by Golden. Golden sending that ball out of play. Juan de Dios Ibarra will line up along with Francisco Lara for yet another corner kick in favor of the Heat. Juan Dios Ibarra, right footed curler, that ball bouncing around off a forehead. And a clearance by the Aztecs. Montero wanting to keep that ball still in play. Greg Mulamba gets called for the tackle. And a free kick coming up for the Aztecs. Devin Perales once again. Francisco Lara. No foul on the play. Fox once again. That ball still inside the Laredo Heat's defensive half. And Rocha will pick it up. As he realizes he has Salvador Chavaluna. Luna automatically on 6th gear. Luna still chasing. Luna goes down. Advantage given. Felix Garcia inside the box. Here's Felix. Garcia has it. Felix takes a shot. Deflected. No opportunity once again. Here comes Bayona. Bayona takes a shot once again. And Perales doing his best to send that ball nowhere near the 3 posts. And the Aztecs clear it again. Lara. Lopez. Mulamba. Back to Lopez. Jair. Off to Rocha. Now to Frank Lara. Juan Dios Ibarra now. Cuts. Looks. Still going forward. Steps. Cuts outside. Still has it. Turns around. Fakes one way. Goes the other way. This time gives off to Jair Hernandez. Hernandez is going to surprise. Hernandez surprised me. I thought he was going to shot. Now Garcia has it. Garcia sending a flick up top. Trying to find Bayona. Flag goes up. Offsides. Bayona out of play. And a free kick coming up for Perales once again. Perales sends that ball in the air. Lara will bring it down, finding Bayona. Esteban Bayona. Now to Mulamba. Mulamba to Jair. Jair to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Luna placing it. That ball goes out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Perales and the Aztecs. But first, substitutions. Angelito Hernandez will step on the pitch for Salvador Chavaluna. And Eduardo Dos Santos will step on the field for Andy Fox on behalf of the Aztecs. No foul. Lara has it. Back to Rocha. Now with Jair. Now with Lopez. Omar Lopez, who is making his official Laredo Heat start. First time in his career. Bayona trying to find that one, and that one will be sandwiched by both gloves. And none other than Perales. Rocha off to Angelito Hernandez, who's trying to send a flick forward, trying to find Felix Garcia. Lara chases, however. Aztecs still in possession. They give it up, and a confusion now by Bayona. And Angelito will give back off, though, to Jair Hernandez. Joao Montero. Off to Angel Hernandez. Now to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Johnny sends a flick this time for Montero. Montero has him inside the box. Montero! Perales has it. Montero once again. And that ball barely sailing past the far post. Perales doing his job once again as a goalkeeper, as the wall, as the last man to stop that ball from finding its way into the net. Sends that ball out of play off 2 strikes by Montero. And an excellent pass by Juan de Dios Ibarra. Corner kick once again for your Laredo Heat. Juan de Dios Ibarra, that ball in play. Chasing Garcia, can't get there. And another, this time a goal kick for Perales. Perales has a goal kick. Devin Perales sends that ball in the air. However, the wind retains it just a little bit. Mulamba will get a forehand on it. Now to Angelito Hernandez. This time to Esteban Bayona. Bayona will send a flick off to Angelito Hernandez, who just came in this time for Chaluna. Hernandez losing it. Angelito chasing. Tucker gives off, and the Aztecs will play it in their defensive half. Nicely done, though, as they look for a clearance. Montero won't get there. Omar will bring it down. Jair finds it now on his feet. Gives off once again, this time to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra has it, looks, now to Jair. Frank Lara on your side of your screen, off the pass by Jair Hernandez has it. Frank Lara sends across inside. Garcia not there, and that ball being chased now by Mulamba, but a pass to go forward by the Aztecs. And Lara recovers nicely, and Francisco Lara will give off to goalkeeper for your Laredo Heat of the night, Jorge Ortega. Back to Francisco Lara. Lara playing it. Lara dangerously. Lara giving off to Mulamba now. Mulamba will watch it sail too far, and Jair Hernandez says, I got this one. Hernandez off to Montero. Montero has it. Montero cuts outside. Montero still with possession. He looks off to the side and finds Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra cuts inside nicely. Sends across inside. Too far, too strong. And that ball will sail off for a throw-in for the Austin Aztecs. Perales setting a clearance as he tried to find Black. Montero recovers. Montero sends a flick, this time trying to find Esteban Bayona. Flag goes up once again, and Bayona finds himself yet again offsides this game. Perales with another free kick. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the last 13 minutes of play. 17 minutes of play, excuse me, plus stoppage time. And your Laredo Heat need an equalizer. They need another goal. They need to score once again to not drop points here tonight. Jair now with Jorge Rocha.
Instead of waiting for a replacement card to arrive in the mail, Falcon Bank has instantly issued a new debit card at any of our branches.
Now to Angelito Hernandez. Greg Mulamba finds the ball. Mulamba turns. Mulamba still has it. And Mulamba gives. Juan Dios Ibarra. Felix Garcia, far side of your screen at home. Or at work. Or wherever you may be watching us from. That ball finds itself back in the belly button of the field with Rocha, who gave to Mulamba. Mulamba trying to send Juan Dios Ibarra forward. Ibarra has it. Ibarra nicely brings that ball down. Gives off to Joao Montero. Montero gives off to Jair. Jair sends a shot, and that ball sailing high. Goal kick coming up for Perales yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, another substitution for your Laredo Heat, number 26, Felix Garcia will come off the pitch, and Irving Villanueva will play the remaining portion of this game. Esteban Bayona finds himself with the ball at his feet as he holds it for possession, has it, loses it, and the Aztecs recover. Near side of your screen, the Aztecs playing possession, and that ball goes all the way to their defensive half. Dos Santos. Lara sending it off to Jorge Ortega. Now with Lopez. Lopez gives it up for Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra back to Lopez. Lopez back to Ibarra. Ibarra to Jair. Jair to Jorge Rocha. Rocha to Francisco Lara. Back to Rocha. But we'll give up to Mulamba. Mulamba steps on it, sends it forward once again, and Mulamba stole now with Rocha. Rocha can't get to it, sends that one out of bounds as he failed to get his foot on it. Jair Hernandez will step on it, turning around as he tries to send a clearance. Oronos brings it down. And John Montero will chase all the way back to Perales, as does Irving Villanueva. Perales sends it forward. Frank Lara gets a forehead on it. No foul on the call. Greg Mulamba now to Joao Montero. He gave it off to Omar Lopez. Omar going back, this time a throw-in for the Heat. Jair Hernandez turns and gives to Jorge Ortega. And Ortega will give to his tocayo, Jorge Rocha. Now to Juan Dios Ibarra, captain for your Laredo Heat. Now, near side of your screen, that's where the ball is at, and that's where the ball is lost by your Laredo Heat as Moronos picks it back up. Juan Dios Ibarra will do a nice job of recovering and will give off to Jorge Rocha. Rocha to Jair. Jair to Esteban Bayona. Now to Joao Montero. Montero trying to find Bayona. Bayona chasing, but Perales does a good job of realizing that Bayona could have got into it, and Perales leaves his 6-yard box and gets the ball with both gloves and plays it now far side of your screen. That ball looking for Black. Black, who already has his stats on the stat sheet of the night, will play back. He will recover though. Greg Mulamba has it. Mulamba gives to Irving Villanueva. Villanueva cuts inside. Gives off to Angel Hernandez. Angelito has it. Sends it through ball to Juan de Dios Ibarra. And Ibarra will cut back. Give it off to once again to Angelito. Angelito sends across. That ball sails nowhere but out of bounds, out of play, and a goal kick coming up for Perales. As we approach the last 10 minutes of play for this aggregate time, your Laredo Heat are still down 2-1 against the visiting Austin Aztex, who lead the Mid-South Division table. That ball sails out of bounds. Ladies and Rocha brings it down. Gives off to Angelito Hernandez. Frank Lara, back to Rocha. Rocha. Angel Hernandez. Gives to Rocha. Rocha goes forward with Frank Lara. Lara back to Rocha. Rocha losing it. Lara recovering. Now to Irving Villanueva. Villanueva has it. Villanueva turns. Villanueva looks. Villanueva cuts. Villanueva has it. Villanueva maintains possession. And Villanueva finally decides to give this time to Angelito Hernandez. Flicks it forward. Now back with Rocha. Rocha brings it back to Greg Mulamba. Laredo Heat playing the space game. Trying to find something that works. Trying to find an open space as they make that extra pass. Esteban Bayona cuts inside the box. Bayona! Bayona had an opportunity to bring the Laredo Heat back to tie into this game and send that ball high in the air and away from the post. Good effort by Esteban Bayona to chase that ball and get a flick on it. However, missed chance for the Laredo Heat as we are approaching the last 9 minutes of play. Jair Hernandez. Frank Lara, near side of your screen. Lara gives this time to Angelito Hernandez. The Heat lose it once again, and the Aztecs play this game nicely. Rocha gives off to Ortega, and Ortega gives off to Lopez. Lopez back to Jair. Montero back to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra back to Montero. Montero gives, trying to find Lopez. The Aztecs that time. Jorge Ortega realizes he won't get to that ball. Decides to come back into his box. The Aztecs lose it. Jair Hernandez, the man who gets caught for stealing, and he stole that ball off the feet of the Aztecs. Mulamba. Back to Angelito Hernandez. Hernandez off to Montero. Montero has the space, has the time, picks up the pace, picks up the time. Here comes Joao Montero. Puts on the brakes, decides to give this time to Irving Villanueva. Villanueva has it. Villanueva turns. Villanueva trying to curl it. At least trying to curl himself off of the defensive marking by the Aztecs. Angelito Hernandez losing it as he tried chasing. Jorge Rocha will get there, and Rocha will get a flick on it. That ball deflected. Polemic play here. That ball last deflected by the Aztecs, and that ball will be awarded to the Aztecs off a throw-in. Cramp on the play, cramp on the field, and here comes the trainer for the Aztecs. Ladies and gentlemen, this late into games, it's very unsure of how legitimate an injury is, as teams and players will look to play the time game as they look to wind time down. There's nothing wrong with that in the game of soccer. It is commonly done. I just can't guarantee that there's an actual injury on the floor. It could happen either way on both teams, folks. It's just a common tactic in the game of football. Folks, I just don't know what to tell you. Everyone's screaming at the lineman. He missed the call. Nobody liked it except the Aztecs, who welcomed the gift of the ball with open arms. As that ball will give off to Ortega, and Ortega will roll to his tocayo, Rocha. Lara has it. Lara gives to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Now with Jair, back to Johnny. Johnny, off to Rocha. Rocha to Angelito Hernandez. Hernandez has it, gives off to Villanueva. Villanueva back to Lara. Lara gets caught on the chop. And another yellow card here. Ladies and gentlemen, another yellow card. Once again, a yellow card is shown on the pitch. And this time, it'll be to Eduardo dos Santos. Juan Dios Ibarra still chatting about the World Cup with the linesman. Juan Dios Ibarra sets a curler inside the box, and that ball being played. That ball is deflected by the Aztecs defense, and Bayona will chase. Bayona sends a cross inside. Mulamba gets a flick on it, and the Aztecs defense is impeccable. They're impressive. They're outstanding here tonight, and they're imposing on the Laredo Heat to score a goal. Villanueva will chase. That ball goes out of bounds, and it is a corner kick in favor of your Laredo Heat. The last 4 minutes of play, ladies and gentlemen, plus whatever the ref decides to give it stoppage time. Francisco Lara lines up, left-footed curler. There it goes. There it is. Ball in the box. And Perales deflects it. That ball going corner kick district once again. Curler. Perales gets both gloves on it. That ball will bounce. Jair Hernandez late to the clearance. And the Aztecs have a counterattack. However, Lara intercepts. Lara gives. Juan Dios Ibarra has it. Juan Dios Ibarra entering the box. Here Ibarra. Juanito! Far post cross, no good. That ball deflected once again by the Aztecs defense. And Francisco Lara will chase. Francisco Lara sends the ball back inside the box. Foul on the play this time. player is down yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, for the breakthrough in table soccer, go to minigols.us. That is MINIGOLS.US for the innovation and breakthrough that will change the way the game of table soccer, otherwise known as foosball, is played. They have all of your favorite teams, including the Argentina national team, the German national team, the Spanish national team. They have Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Manchester United. As we look to resume play here, your Laredo Heat are still down 2-1. Substitution for the Aztecs. George Beasley will make his way into the game as the injured Jeff Harwell will step off the pitch and watch the remaining last 2 minutes of the game from the bench. Perales sends a drive this time. Ball didn't get much elevation, but it got a couple of yards off of estimated distance. Juan de Ibarra recovers. The Aztecs have parked the bus, ladies and gentlemen. Call your local Greyhound. If there is a bus missing, it's in the Tammy U Soccer Complex. Last seen conducting the Austin Aztecs. That ball sailing, Frank Lara late to get there, and that ball goes out of bounds, and Perales will have another goal kick. Perales, this time changing the kick, decides to get more elevation than distance. Lara brings it down. Angelito Hernandez has it. Joao Montero now. Angelito Hernandez, this time to Villanueva. Villanueva has it, looks up for Montero. Montero gets chased by Beasley. Beasley, who just came into this game, now with Villanueva. Villanueva gonna surprise, sends a drive inside, and that ball sailing wide off the far post. Goal kick coming up for Perales yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes of stoppage time. 5 more minutes of soccer play. 5 more minutes of polemic soccer. And your Laredo Heat are looking to equalize within those 5 minutes. Perales once again off a goal kick. Villanueva brings it down. Villanueva losing it. Foul on Villanueva. And a free kick coming up. Oroños will take charge of this one. Rocha has it. And Rocha gives to Juan de Ibarra. However, Montero will pick it up. Montero leaves it to Ibarra. Ibarra cuts inside. Ibarra still with it. Now to Montero. Montero has it. Montero looks. Montero gives. This time to Ibarra. Ibarra receives. Ibarra looks far. Change of play on your side of your screen. This time to Francisco Lara. Lara off the awkward bounce. Lara still has it. Lara still with possession. Frank Lara. Ole by Irving Villanueva. Villanueva has it. This time to Frank Lara. Lara losing it. Villanueva is chasing. And the Aztecs have possession yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, that belongs to the Heat. Off a throw-in. As they look to give off to Mulamba. Last touched by the Aztecs, and that ball will be once again in possession of the Laredo Heat. Lara sends it far inside. There's a push inside the box, no call. Bayona will battle for it. That ball still in the air. Now Mulamba. Now the Aztecs. And now Ibarra. Now to Lopez. Lopez off to Villanueva. Villanueva has it. Villanueva can shoot it. Villanueva! Send it far up high. And the Aztecs can breathe at least for another few moments. Perales once again has a goal kick. Having a small chat with the ball, though. Looks like they were deciding whether to have their next drink together, apparently. Their next glass of milk. Perales once again sending that ball in the air. The linesman late to raise his flag. There is apparently an offside on that play. Lara gives off to Bayona. Bayona once again off to Lara. Lara off to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Johnny to Lopez. Lopez sends across. Bayona battling forward. Bayona gets it inside. Post! Ladies and gentlemen, there appears to be an offside flag raised, though. At least a flag goes up. I'm not sure if it was an offside or a late foul. But Bayona had hit the post on that one. And Perales will set it up once again for a free kick. Perales. That ball last touched by Lara. And the Aztecs are biting their nails as they wish this whistle could be blown already. The final whistle of 90 minutes. Rocha does a nice job of battling with it. Goal kick for Ortega. Greg Mulamba playing up top. Ladies and gentlemen, your Laredo Heat are sending the Arsenal forward. Montero to Jair. As Jair losing it, and here come the Aztecs as they have an opportunity at a breakaway and a breakthrough. However, Lopez recovers nicely. That ball still being played, the whistle not been blown yet. Bad touch by Villanueva in possession of the Aztecs. The ball is, I just said a Yoda, ladies and gentlemen. That ball still in play. And a yellow card once again shown. Ladies and gentlemen, another player gets painted canary yellow. The ref looking at his watch. Whistle hasn't been blown yet. Last chance for the Heat. Cross inside. Ladies and gentlemen, the whistle has been blown, and the Aztecs have come to the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex and steal 3 points here at the home of your Laredo Heat. Good sought-out battle, the battle for 3, as we had commented this earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, your Laredo Heat fall to the Austin Aztecs, 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, your Laredo Heat will be in action this Saturday as they will play in Mississippi versus the Mississippi Brilla. The next home game is on July the 10th against the Mississippi Brilla, and the next home game after that is on July the 12th. That is the last home game of the regular season here. July 12th, mark it on your calendars. July 10th and July 12th. Come one, come all. $2 beer and a chance to go home with $500, not to mention the opportunity to buy a raffle ticket for amazing prizes to support the under-14 Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rodrigo Marina. For my boss and producer, Adam Geigerman, we'd like to thank you for joining us this beautiful night here in Laredo, Texas, where the Austin Aztecs defeated your Laredo Heat. Folks, thank you for joining us. Have a beautiful night. We'll see you on the 10th here in Laredo, Texas. Good night, and remember, the Heat is on. Good night.